Today we're taking a look at these, which are happening on Tuesday, October 25, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Boston Bruins vs Dallas Stars. Boston split the season series with the Stars last season, winning 3-1 in Boston before getting blasted 6-1 on the road in Dallas. Swayman picked up the win in Boston and then replaced Ullmark in Dallas after Ullmark allowed 4 goals on just 15 shots. The Stars come in after a game against Ottawa last night and will be playing the second half of a back-to-back and the final game of a 4-game road trip. The Bruins will likely have the advantage of going up against the Stars team that played last night, while they had the luxury 2 days off following Saturday afternoon's game. Boston's blue line is a bit depleted at the moment, but they luck out in playing a Stars team looking to wrap up a 4-game road trip played out in just 6 days. Boston's fresh legs should carry the day in this one. Take the Bruins with the money line. Both teams possess fantastic offensive units, and there will be plenty of shots on net throughout the night, but with fantastic goaltending on either side, this one has the feel of a physical, fast-paced, low-scoring game. Both teams are very strong and poised for great 2022 campaigns, and this will be a test to see which team is stronger in the early points of the season. Dallas and Boston have a core group of stars that have all been on fire to start the 2022 season, and if they get rolling, there's a chance that this one could creep out to a 5 or 6 goal night, but with the quality of defensive units and goaltending, it doesn't have the feel of one that will be a big scoring night. Our total pick is under 6.5 goals. Detroit Red Wings vs New Jersey Devils. The Red Wings are looking to build off their strong start to the season. I like the Devils to even up the score from the previous meeting and take over this game. The Devils should constantly find the back of the net with Ondrej Palat, Jesper Bratt, and the rest of the forward unit, creating open shots on the wing and finding the back of the net with effective shots in the offensive zone. The Devils should also limit the Red Wings' offense with Dougie Hamilton, Jonas Ejenthaler, and the rest of the defense, creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Vitek Vanecek to make plenty of easy saves. The Devils should win the game with a strong performance on the road. Take the Devils' money line as road favorites. 3 of the last 4 games in this series have gone over, 2 of those games having a total of 7 goals scored. In both of the Devils' losses this season, the total has been 7 goals, and the Wings have been in 2 7-goal games this season as well. So, 7 seems to be the magic number here, especially with the Devils' defense again deflated after Monday's drubbing. These 2 teams reached 7 back on the 15th, and I fully expect them to do so once again. We are rolling with over 6.5 here. New York Rangers vs Colorado Avalanche. Both teams have had their struggles in the early going, mainly stemming from goaltending issues. It hasn't been the starters as Georgiev and Shesterkin have done a tremendous job for their respective teams. Instead, it's the backups, Pavel Francouz and Jaroslav Halak, who have stumbled when given the opportunity to take their spot between the pipes. There is no shortage of offensive weaponry in this contest, even with the likes of Gabriel Landeskog missing for Colorado. In a battle of 2 very good teams, you have to look at the little things here. The Rangers are at home and they are familiar with Georgiev since he played for them the past few seasons before going to Colorado in the offseason. That could prove to be just enough to help New York get back in the win column, supported by the reigning Vezina winner in Shesterkin. Our team pick is New York Rangers -105. These offenses have been doing extremely well at finding the back of the net during the young season, as the Avalanche are averaging 3.67 goals per game, while the Rangers are scoring 3.33 goals per game thus far. A huge reason for their success is the fact they take advantage of penalties, as Colorado leads the entire NHL with a remarkable 52.9 power play percentage, while New York is 11th with a 26.1 power play percentage this season. with guys like right winger Valeri Nichushkin being tied for second in goals and second in the NHL in points for Colorado, while left winger Artemi Panarin being top 10 in goals, tied for first in assists, and leading the sport in points. It is hard to imagine these offenses having trouble to score the puck, even with a high total. The over has hit in 4 of the last 5 games played inside of Madison Square Garden between the Avalanche and the Rangers, so go with the over 7 to hit as well. Chicago Blackhawks vs Florida Panthers. The Panthers are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, but the Blackhawks have won their last 3 games and look to once again step up on their ice. The Blackhawks, who average 3.20 goals per game, should find the back of the net throughout the game, with Tyler Johnson, Patrick Kane, and the rest of the forward unit establishing a strong offensive zone presence and creating open shots with great puck movement to find open shots near the net. The Blackhawks should also limit the Panthers' offense with Seth Jones, Jack Johnson, and the rest of the defensive unit, creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, while goaltender Alex Stalock blanks shots on the net. The Blackhawks should win the game and provide great odds in the process as home underdogs. Take the Blackhawks money line as home underdogs. After his effort against the Kraken, Tyler Johnson is now tied for the team lead in points with 5. There is a pretty even distribution of goals and assets from the team, as many have 3 or 4 points. That shows the depth of team is substantial. They are about league average in goals per game, with 3.2, despite being the second worst team in the NHL in shots per game, with 25 per game. One main reason they are able to score in spite of the shot total is their ability on the power play. With a 30.8% success rate on the power play, they are ranked top 5 in the league. They are also able to win several face-offs, ranking second with a 58.2% face-off percentage. Although their power play is always going to be a threat with Patrick Kane and Tyler Johnson, I do not expect them to continue their level of consistency they have achieved so far this season. However, I do expect them to produce more shots and more goals as the season goes on. If they keep this current pace, they will do significantly better than their 2.60 goals per game last year and by consequence move further up the standings. Made a high-risk high-reward move by acquiring Matthew Tkachuk from the Calgary Flames for Jonathan Huberdeau, Mackenzie Weegar, and a first-round pick in 2025. So far, Tkachuk seems to be worth the price he cost, leading the team with 8 points in 6 games. He also has a team-high 3 goals and 5 assists. Unfortunately, he is leading the team in penalty minutes as well with 16. If he can stay out of the box, Tkachuk will always be a threat and improve an already impressive Florida offense. Eetu Luostarinen is the team leader in plus with a +7 ratio. Despite Tkachuk's arrival, the overall team is ranked 18th in goals scored per game and only 7.4% on the power play. They rank 4th worst in the league on the power play, but rank 6th in 35.5 shots per game. The team is young as a whole, and once this team gels, they will be a formidable foe in the playoffs. The depth we have is showing its true colors. Forward Nick Cousins told the media after one of their practice sessions. As long as they avoid the Tampa Bay Lightning, they should be fine. In their last 14 meetings against each other, they have hit the over in 9 of those. They have hit the over in 5 of their last 7 games in Chicago, and the Blackhawks are 7-1 in their last 8 home games played. They also hit the over in 4 of their past 5 games, and the Panthers have hit the over in 6 of their past 9 games against the Central Division. The Blackhawks have scored 14 goals in their past 3 games, while the Panthers have scored at least 2 goals in every single game except one this season. Our total pick is over 7 goals.